Today we are going to start our first speaking lesson, and I have been conducting this lesson over the years, and I have found students who could not speak English, but gradually and by practice they started speaking English. And I think speaking in English is a fun to people who are living in Hindi speaking places. Okay, so today with me here Sakshi, and she is in class 12th and she is from science stream. And from day one, I have been watching her, and I see that she is very good at English, and she is a very attentive child, and she also uh, take part in lesson. Whenever I ask something, she tries to answer them. So today I am having a speaking lesson with her, and she is going to answer some of the questions that I am going to ask her. And I hope she is going to do very well. And you are going to listen to her. Okay. So my first question is, first of all, I want to ask you something about yourself. Tell me something about yourself.
My name is Sakshi Gulyal. I am from Pathri. I am studying in class 12 from science stream. I am 17 years old.
Okay. Tell me something about your academics, your study. Where did you study before? And what kind of environment in that school?
Firstly, I study in ICSC board at Rishikesh, and after some time, I was shifted here and study in CBSE board.
So, to up to which class did you study in Rishikesh?
I am from first to fifth class study in
You
Rishikesh.
studied from one to fourth,
First to fifth.
first to fifth in Rishikesh,
Yes,
and then
sir.
after that,
After that, I am shifted here.
I shifted here.
I shifted here
Hmm.
and study 6 to 8 from Ashoka International Academy.
Hmm.
Then I admit.
Was that an English medium school?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
After that, I admit here
You got admission here from ninth,
9th to
from
12th.
ninth, and from ninth onwards, you've been studying here.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me the difference that you have observed in private schools and in the government schools.
There have some difficulties in government school at a English because in private schools English are too good than government schools.
The level of English speaking is good.
The level of English speaking is good in private school than government school.
Than government schools. Okay. Okay. And what about the environment? Did you have the English speaking environment in your schools in which you studied before in Rishikesh as well as in what was the name of the school? Asoka something. Yes.
All over the schools, the environment of speaking is little more good, but in government school there is no environment for English because in government school we all speak in Hindi, and in government school we are studying also in Hindi. So I think so in English medium schools we have some environment to speak in English.
Okay. What about the teachers in private schools? Did they speak in English wherever they are teaching in the class?
They are speaking English little.
They spoke in English.
They spoke in English little.
Little bit. Not entirely, not wholly.
No.
Okay. And what about the students? When they are in the class, would they speak in English?
No, they all are spoken.
They all
Hindi.
speak in Hindi. Means it is only a little better. Means the private schools are a little better than the government schools.
They have only 30 to 40% of private school better than government school.
Okay. Now my next question is, as I can see, you can speak English. So how come you can speak English? Do you have any kind of English speaking environment at your home?
No.
Nobody speaks in English in your home.
No.
Okay. And what about the means? Do you watch anything in English from internet, from YouTube? Nothing. Okay. So what do you do to make yourself better in English?
I I am I'm doing some practices
Hmm.
like grammar.
Hmm.
I am focused on my grammar.
I focus on grammar.
I am
I
focused.
focus.
I focus on grammar
Hmm.
to improve my English.
Hmm.
I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm gradually learn English how to
I
speak
am
it.
gradually learning English. Okay, now, how often do you study English grammar?
Some small sentences.
My
Some
question is how often? How often means every day, uh, 3 times a week, or 4 times a week. How often do you study English grammar?
I often speak in English at 2 days of a week only.
Okay, now last question is why should we speak in English?
We should speak in English to connecting the peoples all over the India,
Connect the people
all over the all
all
over
over
the
the world.
world,
Hmm.
and for higher education. If we are going out of India, we know the English, how we interact the peoples, and how we.
Okay, if we don't know how to speak English, do we have any other option left to interact with people? If we go to, if we go abroad, for example, if we go to Spain, or maybe we go to China, or maybe Finland, in any other country, do we have any other option left to speak in English? Oh, sorry, to speak with the people.
I think so. We don't have any
Hmm.
op, option
Hmm.
about English.
We don't have any option to speak with people.
We don't have any option to speak with people in English because English is a common language
The
all
international
over the
language.
all over the world.
Hmm.
In India, we are speaking in Hindi, but in out of India, we know English.
We have to
Know
know English.
English.
We have to know English. We don't have any other option left. Okay. For example, if I go to China, I don't know Chinese, right? So I can speak in English with Chinese people because they also know English. If I go to Spain, the people in Spain they know Spanish, but I don't know Spanish. So I have the option of English. I can speak in English, and the Spanish people they can also speak in English. So we have only one language left to interact with the people all over the world, and that is English.
English is a common side of speaking in out of India.
Not in out of India, just out of India. Okay, so that's why English is very important. Okay, very good. So I think you spoke very well, and you are making you are making little mistakes here and there, but you have confidence, and I appreciate that. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Name is Vanshika Chamoli.
What?
Vanshika Chamoli.
Vansika Chamoli. Okay. So Vansika Chamoli is here with me, and I think she is good at English, and she has a good command over English. Whenever I asked her questions, she answered them beautifully, and I think she knows some English. So tell me something about yourself first.
My name is Vanshika Chamoli, and I am originally from Tiri, Uttarakhand, and I am migrated Tiri, Uttarakhand to Haridwar, Pathri,
Hmm,
and I am 17-year-old.
hmm.
Uh, I have two younger sisters, sorry, one younger sister and two older sisters.
Okay. So one elder, two younger. Okay. Okay. Fine.
Uh,
Very good. Two younger, right?
two elder, one younger.
Two elder and one younger sisters. One.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And tell me something about your academics, about your schools. Where did you study before?
For kindergarten to third, I study in Tusjoti. For third to fifth, I
From
study
third to
fifth.
fifth.
I study in children coaching, or from 6th to 12th, I'm studying in GIC at present here.
From six to 12. From six, you have been studying here.
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, now, uh, so my question is, why we should speak English? What is the importance of English in our life?
Uh, English language help us to connect people all over the world.
Hmm.
It also increase our
Confidence.
confidence. and um, in English speaking there was many opportunities in
Very good.
job.
Hmm. In jobs. Okay,
In
very
job.
good. So English gives us many opportunities. It gives us confidence. Very good. These are really, really good points. Okay. So, uh, what should we do to be very, very fluent or to be very, very good at English?
And, to learn English very well, we need to speak in English a little bit a day,
Every day.
every day.
Okay.
Um, Try to speak in English with our friends,
Try
families,
to speak in English with
friends
friends.
and
Okay.
families.
Okay, right. So, as you said, we should speak English every day, maybe a little bit, and we should try to speak with our friends. Do you try these things?
With
Are you
friends.
just saying these things?
Right. I try English with my friends.
You try to
Speaking
speak in English with your friends. Okay. Do you try to speak in English every day?
a little bit.
A little bit. Is that a truth or are you just saying it?
To
100% truth or is it maybe 60, 90,
50-50.
50, 50? Oh, means it is not entirely true. Not entirely true. Now, everyone knows, we all know that if we want to speak in English, we have to practice it every day, right? So when you try to speak in English with your friends, could you tell me the name of your friends who you speak in English with? Anyone?
Sakshi.
You try to speak in English with Sakshi. Other than Sakshi,
Um, Kashish, Sakshi.
who?
Sakshi Rawat and Kashish.
Sakshi. Who is Sakshi Rawat? And who is Kashish? Okay. So you speak in English with Sakshi, Sakshi Rawat, and Kashish. Okay, very good. Okay, that's a good thing. Okay. Okay. So whenever you try to speak in English, they they reply you in English, or do they just dodge your questions? Dodge means do they just ignore your questions?
They speak in English with me with a little bit.
Hmm. Okay. Does it feel awkward sometimes to speak in English when you are speaking in a school where everybody is speaking in Hindi? Does it
Yes,
feel awkward sometimes?
sometimes it feels awkward because
It feels
people
awkward.
do not understand my words, what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Do they sometimes make fun of you when you speak in English?
When I क्या बोलेंगे, not pronounce the word correctly.
Okay. So they may make fun of you, and not of your English, but of your pronunciation.
Um,
Okay, right. So when they make fun of your pronunciation, do you think they means they are pronouncing the words correctly?
They also not pronounce it correctly.
Okay, they don't know how to pronounce the word.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the point of them making fun of you, making fun of your pronunciation? Why are they making fun of you?
Maybe
Means what could be the reason for that? Okay, no problem. Okay, I think she spoke very well, and I really appreciate her. She is very good, and she is very confident. Thank you. Okay, now here, who's your name? Kashish.
Kashish.
Kashish. Okay. Okay, now we have Kashish with us, and as we know, Kashish is also a very good student, and I've been observing every student in the class since the first day I came here. So I know who is attentive in my class, who is taking part in answering the questions, and I have known a little bit every one of you, right? So I know she is very good at English, and she has been answering my questions whenever I have been asking her in the class, right? And as the girl who was here before, what was your name? Vansika. Vansika told me that she used to speak. She often speaks English with Kashish. Okay. So my first question to you: introduce yourself. Tell me something about yourself.
My name is Kashish Dis, and I am originally from Thiri Garhwal and migrated here, Pathri, Haridwar, and I am living here for more than 10 years.
More than 10 years or since birth?
Since
Since
more
birth.
than 10 years.
Where were you born?
I was born in Thiri Garhwal.
You were born in Tiri Gadwal. So you've been living here for 10 years,
More than 10.
more than 10 years. Okay. Means you came here when you were just a child, maybe 4 or 5 years old. Okay, right. So do you have any memory of Tiri Gadwal where you used to live? Any memory?
Yes, sir.
You don't have any memory.
I was just 5 or 6 months years old when I come here.
You were only
5 to 6 months old.
months old. Okay, so you were just means just an infant then.
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, now tell me about your academics. Where did you study before?
I was studying before Parashar Educational Academy at Subhasgarh
Hmm.
from nursery to 8th class.
Was that an English medium school?
Yes, sir.
It was an English medium.
It is an English medium school.
And after that,
After that, I am studying here from 9 to
okay, after that
9
you've been studying here from 9
to going on.
up to this time. Okay, right.
Sir.
So because you had your education in English medium school before.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Now tell me the difference between the private schools and government schools. What are the major differences that you have found?
Private schools having an environment to speak English, like like we can speak English with teachers, students,
Hmm.
but here that's not the environment. That
Okay.
at here
Mhm.
teachers do not speak English with children.
Okay, right. So what do you think? Teachers should speak in English with the students or not?
Yes, sir. Teachers should speak English with the children a little bit
Uh,
for their teaching.
when they are teaching something.
Yes.
Okay, right. Because there are some students who cannot understand English. So what should the teacher do in such a situation? Because you understand English. There are other students who can understand English, but there are few who cannot understand English. If I speak in English the whole time, will that be beneficial to all the students or not?
No, sir. It is not beneficial for all the students.
Means it is not applicable here because everyone does not know English.
English.
Okay, right. Okay, fine. So what do you do to make yourself better in English?
I practice every day
Hmm.
English grammar.
English grammar. Do you think English grammar is important
Yes, sir.
for speaking English?
Yes, sir.
How important is it to speak English?
It is very important for us, like for job opportunities. If
No,
we
no,
go,
no. My question is how important is grammar to speak English?
like whenever we have to say something in past,
Hmm.
then we should use past tense,
Okay.
not present tense. So
Okay, so we should know when to use which tense.
yes, sir.
Okay, right. Okay, fine. So, uh, uh, what about practicing speaking? Do you practice speaking in English?
Yes, sir.
How often?
Something like every day, 10 to 15 minutes
10 to 15 minutes. With who?
with myself.
With yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So, do you try the mirror, or do you just speak with yourself? Means
Sometimes,
imagining that someone is in front of you
sometimes mirror, some.
in the mirror,
Yes,
or sometimes imagining that something is in front of you.
yes, sir.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, so you spoke really very well, and I think you are very good at it. You keep speaking, and you are going to be very, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.